Chat with T. I'm your host, Miss T. So welcome, Chit Chat community. Today we're going to talk about Mr. Nick Cannon. So let's get into it. Oh, before we get into it, as I spoke before, I am pulling names. We did reach our 250 subscriber count. Yay! Awesome. I do appreciate everyone. I will be calling the names somewhere in the video. I'm going to call more than one name, but in this video, I will be calling a name. So the next few videos, I will be giving out prizes. So be sure to stay tuned just in case I call your name. So the thing is, you have to be subscribed and please leave a comment so I can know who you are. Okay? All right. Let's get into it. So today we're going to talk again, like I said, we're going to talk about Nick Cannon, okay? And you said, like, what are we going to talk about? Because I'm sure you've already heard in these streets out here that Nick Cannon he's on his 12th child. But let's get into it more, okay? So Nicholas Scott Cannon is an American television host, actor, rapper, and comedian. In television, Cannon began as a teenager on All That before going on to host the Nick Cannon Show, Wildin' Out. Okay, all right. I think I watched it a few times. He's also known as the ex-husband of the famous singer, Miss Diva, Mariah Carey. Okay, already. In the last couple of years, Nick has been on social media more for fathering several kids out of wedlock versus his popular television appearances. Nick's been busy. There's been lots of chit chat in his social media streets about Nick having so many kids by multiple women and not wedding them up. All right. Now that brings me to the latest topic of discussion. It took Andy Cohen, from New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2022, to ask the question, that most of us are probably wondering. Is Nick done having kids? That's a good question, right? Because right now, Nick has a football team or a baseball team. Let us tell it, right? Or actually a basketball team, okay? Just kidding, okay? Nevertheless, let's get into a little bit more. So it says, Nick, you are single-handedly repopulating the earth. I give it to you, man. What is your plan here? What is your end game with the kids? You just want to keep going, or is there a number? Do you want to hit 20? Where are you going with this? Asked Cohen, who was co-hosting the broadcast alongside Anderson Cooper. Cannon dressed in all white, and let's be very clear about it. Cannon was sharp as a knife. I'm sorry, but no, he looked really nice. He always dresses nice. He looked really good in white, okay? He says, Andy, clearly I don't have a plan. Honestly, man, it's just so much joy and elation to have the family that I have. I embrace it and I love it, but I don't have a plan. That shouldn't have been clear from the jump. Wow. All right, now that's what Nick said. Okay. Now let's see what Cohen said. Andy said, okay, is that what you want to get? So Cannon should, he Andy told Nick he should consider getting a vasectomy. That's what he said. Okay. Now let's hear what Nick said. Nick's response was this. This is my body and my choice. That's what Nick said. Yeah, that's what Nick says. And I agree. This is his body, his choice. Okay, let's continue. Okay. So let's get into a little bit more. All right, and ask the question. So here's my question. I'm sure other people are probably wondering too. Why is Nick having all these kids and not wedding these people up? Isn't that a great ding, 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 ding? It's just a good question. Isn't that a good question? I think it's a great question. I can't be the only one wondering this, right? So here's the first thing I thought about. Nick did say in this article, word for word, he said, this is my body, and his choice. So my first answer, or possibly that's what he believes, that it's his choice. As Bobby Brown would say, it's my prerogative, okay? So that would be the first reason. But here's the thing. Okay, I agree with Nick that it is his body, right? It is his choice. But the only thing about it is he's not the only one being affected by his decisions, okay? When it comes to creating life and offspring, right? What about the kids? What about their emotional being? Financially, we know Nick is, from what we can tell, right? The information is being shared with us. Nick is doing really well. He has lots of gigs on this, that, and the third, right? So that part is great. But what about their emotional being, right? What about all of that? What about the proms and all the different games? I'm sorry, but there's no way you can be in one place, more than one place at one time. Mm-mm. Not physically. Nope. No, you can't. So that's my question for Nick, actually. What about all these different, can you be in all these different places at one time? Anyway, that's my only thing about his comment on that. The second speculation is people have been kind of, like chit chats been out in the street saying maybe Nick has a medical condition, right, that requires that he receive some type of donor from his offspring. Okay, I mean, that could be it. Now, I don't know. I never heard about what it could be. I know he does have a medical condition. I'm not even going to speak to that too much. I don't know exactly a lot about it. I know he was in the hospital not long ago, but that was a speculation, so I won't speak too long. But that's hey, that's what people think. Some people think. The third one is do you think there's a mental condition that maybe he needs some type of help? I'm not saying that Nick has a mental issue, but do you think that he has one? And I'm not saying he has one. Those are just questions that go, because like what would make you do this? Okay. And then lastly, let me know, what do you think actually? Of all of the things I've listed, what do you think? Or do you think it's something else? Okay, all right. Be sure to share down in the comment box what you think, okay? Now, regardless of what his reasoning is for having all these children, and children are a blessing, let's be clear, okay? I wish him and his family the absolute best. I do. Okay. Also, congrats to Nick on his 12th child. All right. All right. Okay. And as I said before, just a reminder, we reached our first subscriber goal. So there is a drawing going on. And the first winner is out of the group. And I want to make sure I get the name right. So let me get it here. Have it, and the name is called Gamblers Anonymous Slots and Scratch Offs, and that's the name of their channel. So it's called Gamblers Anonymous Slots and Scratch Offs. If you could either email me or you could just drop me your Cash App, and you are the number one, the first winner, the first one. I'll have other drawings. This is only the first one. You're the winner for this first drawing. Whoop whoop. Okay, all right. So keep listening. I'm gonna keep pulling names. Nevertheless, as I always say, we can't change anyone else. We only can change ourselves. Focus on the things that you can control and not on the things you can't. I'll be back with another one. Thank you. Bye.